1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay. Hello. Okay, I'm back. Another episode. Nada rolls his eyes. He starts rolling a cigarette on the table. God, get a room, you guys. Fox, that chapter of my life is over. I'm a simpler man now. Essie. Oh, Essie just sits back in his seat and watches them. He looks all around the dark place, drinking his beer. Suddenly, Bagel comes hurrying up to his side all excitedly and starts pawing Essie's sleeve. Essie, annoyed. What? Bagel, can I have some quarters to play a game? Essie, ugh. He rolls his eyes. You're how old, 19? Don't you have your own quarters? Bagel, 19? Haha, yeah, more like plus 10. Ha 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 ha. Essie gives him a deadpan look. Fine, here. He reaches in his pocket and grudgingly slaps a few quarters in Bagel's hand. I wonder how old Tom is really supposed to be in the movie. My dad said he was supposed to be 30 because he did the math of because the movie is set in 1899 or whatever, like a year, like basically like right before the turn of the century. And my dad was like, oh, that would make Tom Sawyer like 29 years old, which is why I put it in there. But I was like, 29, like almost 30. Like I always thought he was supposed to be like 18, but whatever. Anyways, Bagel, woohoo, thanks. He gives Essie a sloppy ass kiss on the cheek. Essie squirms away from him. What in the hell was that? Bagel just goes running off into the arcade with no explanation. Bagel, singing, hyper. Chicka pot pie and I don't care. Chicka pot pie and I don't care. Woo, woo. Pretty sure that's from Tales from the Crypt. Patricia Arquette. She has like a short haircut. She's like a tomboy and she works on a farm. Oh, she's so hot. So much hotter than in the third whatchamacallit movie, Nightmare on Elm Street. She just looks like a regular girl in that, but when she has the short hair, like, oh my god, so hot. Anyways, where was I? Okay. Chicken pot pie, right. Okay. Essie, He grumbles and wipes off the side of his face. He looks down into the arcade area and sees a bunch of sketch-ass 80s style punks hanging out. Essie, hey Nada, could you maybe watch him for me? I don't like the look of this place. Nada, smoking his spliff, even though they're indoors. Let me see $50 and I'll do it. Essie, $50? What makes you think I got $50? Nada, I'm sure the boy will be fine on his own. Essie, ugh. He sulks for a moment. He looks around. Alright, where's the nearest ATM? 2 minutes later, Essie returns to the booth and throws the money at Nada. Gina, hey, make it rain. Essie, satisfied? Nada smiles. Very. He takes the cash and wanders off to go babysit Bagel. Oh, babysit Bagel. For some reason I thought there was a period there. Essie sits down heavily, with a heavy sigh. Fox, with a small coy smile. That was quite marsupial of you, looking out for the safety of the child. Essie, the hell does that even mean? Fox glances away subtly. Nothing. Essie gives him a look, but he lets it go. He turns his attention back to Gina. Essie, so when are we meeting up with your band? When's your first show? Gina, tomorrow. Oh my god, all this stuff happens in one night and a day? Okay, that's crazy. Okay. Fox is letting us crash at his place tonight. Oh my god, so everything after they leave the everything after they leave the place where Fox lives all happens in one day? Okay. It's one of those stories where I guess like a day is like 36 million hours. Okay, tomorrow. Fox is letting us crash at his place tonight. Essie quirks an eyebrow. In the tool shed? Isn't that a little too small? Fox scoffs. Ugh, the tool shed, I mean, in my mind, it's a clean shed because people are living in there and everything. It's just like some shelves and it's like, it's pretty clean because people are in there all the time. But then when I hear that, I just think of those videos where people open a shed in the yard and there's like about like 15,000 like daddy long legs in there, like all clustered together and they all just fall out and they're just all doing their little like bobbing thing, It's just crazy. Anyway, Essie quirks an eyebrow. Oh wait, he already said that. Okay, Fox. Ugh, I don't live in the tool shed. That's more of just an employee leisure room. I live in the shoe. Essie, dot 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 dot. What? Fox, as if it's obvious. The shoe, as in the old woman who lives in a shoe. It's the employee quarters at Mother Gooseland. Essie, oh, I see. Then what do you all call the shed? Fox, the shed. Essie, oh. Fox, dryly. Yes, we're all extraordinarily charming and adorable with our nicknames. Fox is so I can't even. Essie, so tell me something. How do you fall into working at that kitty palace anyway? What's stopping you from getting out? Fox takes a sip of his drink. What makes you assume that I'm so eager to, as you say, get out? Essie, ugh, working with children, baking cookies. Come on, I wasn't born yesterday. The Fox I knew would never be satisfied with that sort of life. Fox, perhaps I'm not the Fox you knew. Essie gives him a long, narrow-eyed stare. Who's blackmailing you? And with what? And why? Fox, getting irritated. Really, old man. You act as though you were obsessed with me. Oh my god, this is like Mean Girls a little bit. I think that's what it's supposed to be. Essie, taken back. Obsessed? Fuck you, you know that? Fuck you, you flaming foppy vulpine. He turns to Gina. Gina, what do you have to say about all this? Gina looks up from playing on her phone. Huh? What's going on? Essie, tell this little cheddarhead that... Cheddarhead? That out of 1,000 things to obsess over, he is last on my list. Gina, huh? She shrugs. Hey, you guys work it out. You two weren't talking to me, so I'm just hanging out on Instagram. Suddenly, they all hear Bagel squeal, and they all look over. They see Nada looking hella proud and shaking hands with all the 1980s arcade punks, getting pats on the back from them and praise as Bagel half whines, half complains, and is half in awe of him like all the others. Bagel, that was all my quarters, you son of a bitch. Oh my god, where do you learn all those moves? How? Oh, they're playing DDR. Okay. Cut to a little later. It's nighttime now and everyone's returning to the Mother Goose Land. Fox leads them through to the back of the park, where an old Victorian-looking manor stands. It looks run down and haunted, but beautiful in a historical way. Nada quirks an eyebrow. Impressive. Gina, yeah, you got a pretty nice place, Fox. Fox, it has its merits, certainly. Living with 30 roommates, however, in a 14-room building, detracts from some of the niceness. Essie, why doesn't the park just sell this shit and use the profit to fix up the rest of the place? Everyone looks at Essie, but doesn't say anything. Essie, slightly uncomfortable. What did I say? Fox, let's just go in. I'm sure we're all very tired and anxious for bed. Bagel, bouncing on his heels. Not me! I'm gonna stay up all night! Fox just rolls his eyes and grumbles. He unlocks the door and lets them all in. Just then, they hear a quiet roll of thunder in the distance. A cold gust of wind blows, making them hurry into the house. That's creepy how it just started, Jen. Nada looks... Nada. Nada! Looks like it'll be rain later tonight, as he ushers all his boys inside. Oh my god, I forgot all the harem boys are there. My younglings will be glad for the shelter. Fox, just hope the roof doesn't... Look up, a cookie bag. Doesn't leak, or anything else of a more unsettling nature. Essie, suspicious. Unsettling? Fox doesn't elaborate. He just goes inside and waits for them all to enter before shutting the door. The inside of the house is eerily silent. It's sort of messy inside and resembles sort of a frat house, but still very Victorian, too. Bagel looks around. Where is everybody? His voice echoes slightly. Gina, yeah, what happened to, there was an old lady who lived in a shoe, who had so many roommates she didn't know what to do. Fox, ordinarily it would be quite crowded here, but it happens that this weekend almost everyone is gone. They've gone off to some sort of musical sports event or something in Northern California called Coachella. I've never been to Coachella, or something to that effect. I can't say I fully understand it, but in any case, it is to your advantage, since you can occupy their beds while they're away. When I was in college, one time I came back, I was out all night or something with friends or something, I can't remember, and I came back the next day, and my bed was all made, and I had this remember when everybody was wearing those ponchos, those knit ponchos and stuff? and I looked forever, for so long, for a pink one, like a solid pony pink one, and I finally found a solid pony pink one, and I was so happy, and I finally found it, and I got it from a thrift store or something, and I had it spread on my bed, like in the middle of the bed, and I came back, and my covers were all tucked in a weird way that wasn't usually, and then, like, the poncho was, like, wrapped around the pillow, and I was like, what is this? And my roommate was like, oh, one of my friends came over last night because there was a party going on in her dorm, which was, like, kind of like, because Santa Cruz is kind of shaped like a horseshoe, in case you don't know. Like, her, like, we were on the top of the horseshoe, basically, and she was, like, down to, like, the right-hand side of it or whatever, and apparently her dorm got raided or some shit because they were having a party, and of course people were, like, drinking way too much and everything, and apparently they got raided by police, and so she ran back to my friend's dorm, which is my dorm, too, because we had a triple, and apparently she slept in my bed, so, whatever. Anyways, where was I? Nada shrugs. Good enough for me. Come on, boys. He motions to his boys, and they all wander off into the depths of the house together like a little trooper troop. Fox. Good night, everybody. Make yourselves comfortable. I'm off to have a nightcap and fall in bed. I'm exhausted. Forgive me for not being a better host. He wanders off then without a single glance back, like he really doesn't give a shit about being a weak host. He shuts the door behind him down the hall. Essie, Bagel, and Gina just stand there awkwardly in the silence. Gina. Well, I'm gonna go find one of those empty rooms he was talking about. Maybe I can even find a Hustler magazine somewhere. Bow chicka wow wow. See you tomorrow. She leaves abruptly. Essie sighs slightly. Come on, boy. We'd best find a place to sleep, too. They wander off down the hall. To the side, Essie sees a sort of nice little sitting room. There's no door, just an open doorway. Oh, it's like a little... Like, you know, in college dorms, there's, like... Well, in our college dorm, at least. Like, there would be hallway, and then kind of, like, this, like, opening, like, just expanded area. That was, like, kind of the common area. The lights are off, but some candles are glowing bright from inside. Essie and Bagel creep up to the doorway and peek in. They see a typical Victorian-era London-esque man sitting on the couch, hanging out and reading a book. He has rust-colored hair and a little bit of the fluffy sideburns shit going on. Bagel. Hey, what you reading? The man instantly jumps, startled. He curls up in a ball and presses against the couch, using the book to hide his face. Essie and Bagel just exchange a little what-the-fuck glance. Okay, I don't think it says, but he's wearing, like, a suit. You know, like a turn-of-the-century, like, Victorian suit. It's important, because he covers up as much skin as possible, and you'll see why. Essie and Bagel just exchange a little what-the-fuck glance. Essie, it's okay. We're not terrorists. Bagel, yeah, dude, we're cool. Man, in a quiet voice. Sorry, I'm just a bit shy. Essie mutters under his breath, and people say, I need help. Bagel goes over and sits on the other end of the couch from the guy. Bagel, what's your name? Guy pauses for a minute. My name is Vic. Victor, really. Everyone here calls me Vicky. Bagel, oh, hey, Vicky. We're going on a big-ass adventure. You want to come too? Essie, slightly sharply. Come here, boy. Leave him alone. I don't think he wants anything to do with us. Vicky slowly lowers the book down from his face. Just his eyes are peeking out from between the pages in his hair. Vicky, that's sweet of you to offer something to me. So very sweet. I should show you to a place where you can sleep. It's the least I could do. He puts the book down and stands up, but he still sort of hides his face by staring straight at the ground. His whole posture is just hella tense and shy, like, just being around people makes him nervous. Dude, that was me up until I was, like, 23 years old, so, yeah, I understand. He wrings his hands as he wanders out of the room, and they follow him. Essie, do you work here in the Mother Goose Land, too? Vicky, oh, yes, we all do. I'm a gardener here. Bagel, oh, I love gardens. Vicky laughs very softly. To Essie, your son is very cute. Essie quirks an eyebrow. He's not my son, and he's not cute. Vicky comes to a random bedroom door then and opens it for them. Vicky, well, here's where I leave you. Sleep well. Essie peeks in the room, checking it out. Huh, well, thank you. Nice meeting you. He turns around to say bye to him, but Vicky is already all the way back down the hall, hurrying as fast as he can and power walking shyly like hell to get away from them. Essie, what a strange man. Bagel runs into the bedroom and starts jumping up and down on the bed. Oh god. Bagel, woo! I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. Essie, get out of here. We're not sharing a bed. Later that night, we see Fox in the kitchen by candlelight, heating up some kind of questionable liquidy substance in a spoon over one of the candles. When he gets it melted enough, he turns around and pours it over a cup of ice cream. He takes a bite of the ice cream with fudge, or whatever that was. Fox, oh, he whispers, oh god, yes. Cut to Essie asleep in a bed. A bunch of model airplanes are hanging from the ceiling above him. The screen gets all wavy as we go into his dream world. Oh, this is good. I love this part. Some exciting adventure music plays as we find Essie standing on the wing of a biplane as it flies above an obviously green screen background of mountains and trees. On the opposite wing of the plane, there's a young, busty, big-haired blonde chick in a short dress dangling off the edge of the wing. Oh my god, she's hanging on by just her hands and is screaming for her life. Chick, save me, save me! Essie, I'll save you. Chick, but how? How will you get to me? Essie looks all around. I'll swing across with my belt. He starts undoing his belt. Chick, but your pants will fall down. Essie, don't worry about me. He takes his belt off and spins the buckle like a grappling hook before slinging it at the opposite wing of the plane. The buckle catches on something. Who cares what it is? And he swings across like Indiana Jones on a whip. He lands in front of the girl and grabs her hands, pulling her up. She clings against him as he hugs her to him as if they're instantly lovers now. Girl, gasping for breath. You saved my life. Oh, God bless you. And your pants didn't even fall down. Essie pulls up his shirt slightly, revealing suspenders holding up his pants. Essie, always have a backup plan. Girl, you're so smart and so brave. She gets a tiny, mischievous look in her face and reaches down, snapping open one of his suspender clips. Girl, oops, they're falling off now. The two of them start making out as they stand on the wing of the plane. Suddenly the girl bursts into tears and buries her face in his chest. Essie pets her hair. Oh, what's wrong? There's no reason to cry anymore. Girl, crying. I was just so scared. Essie, oh hush, you're safe with me now. They go back to making out passionately. Just then, Essie wakes up to find himself sitting in bed in a tight embrace with Bagel, passionately making out with him. Essie opens his eyes and sees what's going on. Essie frantically shoves Bagel away from him off the bed. God damn it, boy! What the hell's wrong with you? He spits and wipes his mouth off on his arm. God damn! I need some hot water to wash my mouth out. Or better yet, some disinfectant, or iodine. Points if you know what that's from. He looks over at Bagel and sees him all curled up on and kneeling on the floor by the foot of the bed, sobbing quietly into the blanket. Oh. Essie sighs, still half sort of pissed off, but half feeling bad. He shakes his head at himself like, I can't believe I'm about to do this. Essie, softer. All right. What's wrong? Bagel, in a small voice. I'm scared. Essie, of what? It was probably just a dream. Bagel, no, it wasn't a dream. Essie sighs again. He pats the bed. All right, come up here. Come on, come here. Bagel wipes off his face on the blanket and sniffs, and then slinks up on the bed on his belly. Oh, he curls up beside Essie, being super low. Essie pets him on the head. What's scaring you? It says booze fight on the top. Okay. Bagel, catching his breath. A ghost. Essie, You were just dreaming. There's no ghosts here. Quiet down, go back to sleep. He keeps petting Bagel until finally he stops his little crying and shuddering and goes quiet. Oh, okay. Let's stop there.